What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Reverse Hive Mind. And we're back with some more Lost Judgment today. So, we're going to run back to the Mystery Research Club and see what Amasawa has to say, now that all the other school stories are finally complete.
Yagami-san.
Yagami-san, do you have a moment? Of course I do, right after I open my drink. There we go. Hey, yeah, what's up? Now that you've infiltrated 9 different social circles, I'm sure you made a number of discoveries about the professor. Yeah. I think it'd be wise for us to organize all the information we gathered so far. That way we can begin to close in on the truth. Yeah, I guess we should get started on that, huh? Or should I say, Professor
Please and thank you.
Amasawa. Indeed, I'd like us to contemplate the situation in sort of an analysis boot camp, if you will. Could you join us when you find time during the day?
Yeah.
You bet. Is it gonna make me turn around and come back? Okay, that is the dumbest thing. I literally just came to do that. Oh, wait. Alright. Let's try this. Excuse me.
Yagami-san.
Alright. Ready, Yagami-san? From here on, the school stories will commence the truth. Once this starts, everything else will be put on hold until you clear it. Proceed? Yes, the truth is out there. Let's go. Yeah, good to go. Well then, let's look back on each incident the MRC's investigated so we can hopefully gain a better perspective. This will be a good refresher, especially since I took a 6-month break between recording. Alright. Dance club. In the dance club, Maika Takanashi got into her sugar baby gigs through the professor's message board. This is what led us to discovering the actual site on the dark web. Students post on the site by using an exclusive browser and register by using their student IDs.
In other words...
As such, we've come to the conclusion that the professor has a very advanced knowledge of computer networking and programming.
Yeah.
That, or he's got someone on his crew with the knowledge.
Now that you mention it...
As for Takanashi-san's motive for becoming a sugar baby, that was a rather unexpected development.
Yeah.
Yeah, the person who Takanashi went through all that effort for was... Oh, God. Oh, that's right, Itakura. Kotoko Itakura. Last semester, Itakura was the chairman of the Cultural Festival Committee. Takanashi was a member of that committee, too.
But...
The other members got sick of Itakura's poor attitude and eventually began ignoring her. By the end of it, everyone had turned their backs on her.
Yes.
That had to have been rough. At any rate, the result was a colossal failure of a culture festival, and Itakura-san hasn't been seen in class ever since. Thus, the identity of the dance club Sugar Baby was revealed, but the case didn't end there. Someone by the username Dancing Belly posted a request for physical assault of Norizuki-san, captain of a rival dance troupe. And the person who requested the hit turned out to be a bit of a surprise to us.
Yeah.
The true identity of the poster who requested the attack on Yuri Norizuki is... yeah, Komokado. It was the dance club advisor, Komokado. He used Nishizono's Dancing Bunny account to make the request. Except, according to Sakakiba, the professor actually never granted the request, despite the generous offer from Komokado. What we can deduce from this is the professor's motive behind his machinations are not actually monetary in nature. That does make me wonder what the professor's criteria is for selecting posts.
Suspicious.
The leader of Maiden Heaven, Yuma Suo. He went from the disciplinary committee to a biker gang practically overnight.
Yes.
Turned out that Suo-kun's mother had forbade him from participating in motocross, so he was doing what he could to suppress that desire of his while still having an outlet for it. Right, and the professor picked up on that jealousy, so he exploited it by manipulating Suo through certain means. Yeah, the letter. Apparently, he was tipped off by a letter found in the committee's suggestion box. from a Prof M. Pretty safe to say that was the professor. This was supported by the fact the letter was dropped off directly in the committee's suggestion box. Since it's located on campus, I find it highly likely that the professor attends or works at our school. Yeah, that's probably a good supposition.
Yagami-san.
We mustn't forget, though, there was one more key figure in this case. An individual connected to the Neo Keihin gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be... Let's see... No. So it's got to be Dan. Can't remember. I couldn't remember. Dan Murasaki, aka Ghost. He's the younger brother of the legendary gang founder Reiji Murasaki. Dan's goal was to rise to the top of the Ajinsho underworld so he could step out from his brother's shadow and make a name for himself. Koga, the Neo Keihin gang's leader, took notice of him and used his ambition for their own gain. They were trying to make up for their lack of heavy hitters by making Dan Murasaki the rep of Made in Heaven and recruiting him to the Neo Keihin gang.
Now that you mention it.
This Koga must have really wanted to win the professor's favor, given how he thought of this as sort of an offering to the professor.
What the?
Ah, yes, the Robotics Club. The Robotics Club. I nosed around there after reports of robot cut purses in the city. As a result, we discovered that the thieving robot's designer was... Let's see... I honestly can't remember. Was it Okitagawa? Or it's a Takamori? I can't remember. God, I can't remember. It's been way too long. Wait. Kuro Mizaki? He's the... That's the new kid. I want to say it was Takamori. It's either him or Okitagawa.
What?
This person. What? How would that make sense? Was that
I
on
were
it?
to guess.
Did you
Nope.
space out? Yeah, I did. Let me try that again. So, Okitagawa.
What?
Oh, okay.
If I were to guess.
Nope.
Oh, that's right. It was the other designer kid. Yeah, him. He even says in his bio he's the designer. Kuro Mizaki-kun. Sorry about the hiccup. It's been way too long since I did the Robotics Club. To be honest, I had suspected Okitagawa-kun. It's a shame I misjudged the truth. Luckily, we were able to get our hands on something juicy at that lab. A key piece of evidence that points towards the professor's motive behind instigating all this criminal behavior. So it must be the email. That would be the copies of the email correspondence with the professor, which we found on the lab's laptop. The professor is explicitly plotting with the Neo Keihin gang to turn Kuro Mizaki and 7 other specific students to the wrong side of the law.
In other words.
So 8 students total. We still don't know why he chose them. But I believe finding out will be the key to discovering the professor's identity. Okay. Stumbled through that.
Suspicious.
Oh, boxing with Kenya Oshikiri. The Todoroki boxing gym. This is the payback boxer case. Some masked kid kept picking fights with martial arts experts and other rough and tumble types out on the streets. And in the end, we figured out who he really was. Yeah, it was Kenya. It was Kenya Oshikiri. He's a former karate club member who turned out to be the wunderkind of Todoroki's gym. In fact, we even have evidence of Oshikiri's motive. Yeah, so it had to be the thrown matches. Oshikiri only entered the Genbukai to try and overcome his fear of his father, Fudo. Problem is, he found that all his fights were being fixed in his favor. His champion status was a setup for the showrunners to line their pockets.
In other words,
And he learned it from the professor, who sent him all the evidence he needed to see the truth for himself.
Which means,
Which led to the question, why would the professor reveal his own hand like that?
in other words,
Had this news of match fixing leaked to the public, the people would stop betting. It's because the professor doesn't care about money. The Genbukai racket would be done for. We can at least assume that money is not the motive. It's the second time we've ruled that out. Looks like the professor's motive is a major key to solving this case.
What the?
Skater boys. Shinosuke Shikishima, leader of the Ijincho Hounds, a local skateboarding community. He's also the culprit responsible for drawing the graffiti art that suddenly appeared on the walls of Serio. The professor just so happened to be the motif of that graffiti.
Yeah.
Shikishima received a direct request from the professor via the website's private messaging system. That was what led him to tag the school. Graffiti's the perfect blend of crime and art. Oh.
Suspicious.
Kanto Hikawa, former president of the photography club. He'd been blackmailing Saiga-sensei to save up for his college tuition. Thanks to the professor's website, Hikawa-kun found out Saiga-sensei was having an affair. The professor supposedly reached out to Hikawa-kun to make first contact rather than vice versa.
In other words,
Which means Hikawa was one of the professor's targets.
hey,
Genya Sabanmatsu, the head of Serio's High's esports club. He cheated in competitions with a tool-assisted joystick.
yes,
He seems to have acquired the program in his joystick from the professor. And it's apparently too advanced for any normal high school student to have developed.
in other words,
Which would mean the professor has unusually high technical skills. Okay. Kohaku Hayakawa, a female student in the board game club. She started going to an underground casino here in town looking for thrills. Since minors aren't usually allowed in casinos, Hayakawa got access by borrowing her brother's membership card. She even impersonated her brother whenever she went to gamble.
but
In the end, though, we learned she had nothing to do with the professor.
excuse me.
Since her case won't contribute anything to our work on the professor, I'll go ahead and exclude it from our list. What a waste of time.
hey,
Freaking got our Pepe Silvia board going, though. Emily S. Mochizuki, popular employee of the girls' bar, Girls Bite. Kizuna Ashihara, third year at Serio, lied about his age and frequently visited her, along with members of the Neo Keihin gang. Ashihara-kun supposedly joined the Neo Keihin gang thanks to his senpai.
yeah.
That was the unique part of this case. Ashihara had no contact whatsoever with the professor.
Wait a minute.
In other words, he wasn't one of the professor's targets for delinquency. However, Ashihara-kun happened to overhear some key info about the professor while he was at the Neo Keihin gang's hideout.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Kodo hung up after a certain phone call, he muttered something to himself. That brat. That brat, supposedly. Supposedly that's what Ashihara heard Koga say. The fact that he said brat must mean the professor's quite younger than Koga. Yeah, probably a student. He's most likely around 40, so we can expect the professor to be in his teens, maybe early 20s. Yeah, I'd argue they're probably a student here. Alright, we've gone through the Pepe Silvia board. Alright, we've gone through all the information we have so far. The biggest thing we still don't know is the professor's motive behind selecting those 8 specific students to lead astray. Well, I mean, if you look at them, they're all probably on the more successful side. You've got robotics clubs, so you got a bunch of nerds. You got the head of the disciplinary committee. I mean, he's on the straight and narrow. You're trying to lead them to delinquency. So it makes me think that he's trying to take these kids that are on the straight and narrow and divert them for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
Out of the 8, we know one person for absolute certain. Kurumazaki-kun in Robotics Club.
Yes.
Correct. Now, if we include 6 individuals who we know were directly approached by the professor,
In other words,
we're up to 7. One more person left.
which means
Assuming our theory is correct, there should be one student remaining who is led astray by the professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, who could it be? Maybe the student's actually been involved in illegal activity this whole time? And we just haven't caught wind of it yet?
yes.
Perhaps you're right. We must figure out who this last individual is as soon as possible. From Kento.
Kento.
Hello? What is it, Kento? Oh, sis, thank God. Where are you right now? At HQ with Yagami-san? Yagami-san's with you? Perfect. I'm actually at the Popo in front of the station right now, and I've got a bit of a situation.
Hey.
What's wrong? Well, Hey, you little bastard! Ah, crap. Kento? Sorry, call you right back.
Hey.
What? What was that? Everything alright?
No.
I'm not sure, but it sounds like Kento's in some kind of trouble. That's not good. Where is he? He said he's at the Popo in front of the station. Come on, let's go. Oh, okay. Alright, and we're gonna have to run.
I'm coming with you.
That's what we said. Come on, Amasawa. Alright, let's go find Kento. Fuck you, trash can. Just punted that thing as I ran through it. Alright, so the Popo by the station should be this way. Yeah, okay. Okay, so not the interior Popo, but the exterior Popo. Mr. Popo. Can tell you where you're not safe. Probably have to fight these guys.
Why is this always?
Oh, okay. That's how you want it? Ah, yes.
And stay down.
Beatings. That ass whooping, not brought to you by the Archaic Gang. I mean, it sort of was, because, you know, they were the Archaic Gang getting their ass beat, but hey. This ass kicking was brought to you by the Yagami Gang.
Come on.
Let's go ahead and do a little flipperoo. And we'll scare the last dude.
Really, guys?
I think he peed a little bit. Cool.
That way?
Easy. So we'll now head over to the Popo. Oh, which I'm going too far because I can't read a map.
Keep going.
Amasawa needs to, like, go be in the track club.
Yagami-san.
I'll ask the clerk inside. I'll scope out the area. Amasawa, isn't that bag?
Huh.
Ah. It's Kento's. The wallet I gave him for his birthday is inside.
Seriously?
No way. Okay. I'll ask the clerk what happened. You stay here.
Yes.
Okay. I see, so no idea where he went.
Yagami-san!
Yagami-san, what happened to Kento? Apparently he was here with a woman in her late 30s who was dressed, amorously.
Huh?
An older woman? They both got dragged into a black car by some guys who look like Yakuza. They just took off.
No way!
Yagami-san, do you think it was the Neo Keihin gang? Maybe they grabbed him because we're getting closer to the professor? No, I don't think so. It's hard to say. Whatever the reason, we need to find Kento-kun. If only we could figure out where they took him.
What should I do?
Kento, where did you go? Yagami-san, can you think of some way to find my brother? The only clips he left behind the bag and the wallet he dropped. Actually, I think we can put those to use. How? Detective Dog. Let's just say a good detective always has the tool for the job. And this particular tool has a nose of its own. Huh? Let me see. Where is it? Ah, there we are. Gadgets.
I believe. All right, let's go.
Detective Dog is on the case. Thankfully, that was voice acted for me. Oh, you know where he went? Did he fall down the well?
I see.
Ah, Rampo. How could I forget about him? All right, Rampo, this is your time to shine. All right, it's Brucey's time to shine. Let's go. Arf. Let's go.
I'm coming with you!
Attaboy. Doing great. This way, huh? Doing great.
I am following him. So away we go. So apparently doing tracking with a Shiba Inu.
This way, huh?
Kento-kun should be somewhere around here. What is this place? I'm gonna go with the office building. Which means there's probably a Yakuza office inside. Let go of me, you bastard!
Kento!
Hey, that's Kento's voice. Guess now's not the time to mess with the intercom. He's got a punchable face. Kento-kun!
Yagami-san!
Yagami-san!
Huh?
The fuck do you want? To rearrange your face, bucko. It's already very punchable. Ugh.
Nah.
Right, like telling you is gonna change how this goes. Take every single one of you on. Bring it. What in the... What's this guy's deal? Let's just kill his ass.
Come on. Here we go.
Okay. Time to use the potted plants against them. Special delivery. Ooh. Yeah. He's already groveling, but eh. By God, as my witness, he broke him in half. I would have been happier if there was a folding chair.
Kento-kun?
Kento-kun, are you alright? Yagami-san, I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. Smart move. Dots.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, sis.
Hey,
Apologies are appreciated, but they aren't explanations. Now explain yourself.
So, actually,
She was my sugar mama. Oh my.
What was that?
I'm sorry, you're what?
so,
Well, if a lady wants to date a younger guy and she's willing to spend the money... Yeah, no, I get it. Opposite of sugar daddy. That's, not what I meant. That's, not what I meant. Turns out she's also seeing this guy who's kinda in the Yakuza. You little idiot.
Hey,
How did you meet her in the first place? Well, I, used the professor's site. Uh-huh, is he target number 8?
huh?
What?
what?
You've been posting there? In that horrible place?
sorry.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really sorry.
What?
I can't believe you. All while we were chasing after the professor. Kento-kun, how long have you been doing this? For like 2 months now? I started pretty soon after I first heard about the site from a friend. Kento-kun just trying to get a little action, come on. I was just reading the site and posting for fun, nothing serious. Then one day I got a DM from the professor. Aha, he's number 8. It said, I'm well aware of your looks and social skills. You could make some serious spending money doing this, and had a little job description after that.
No way.
So you got the idea after the professor whispered in your ear.
Now that you mention it.
Yagami-san, the professor's goal is to make 8 students become delinquent in some way or the other, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure we know who 7 of them are. And Kento's number 8.
Which means...
Well, perhaps that Lex student is actually Kento?
I guess so.
You know, could be. He literally just said the professor reached out to him. Update the Pepe Silvia board. Huh? Me?
Yeah.
Yep, and just like that, we have our 8.
Hey,
Well, Amasawa, now that we got a full list, we can finally work out the professor's motive.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're finally ready for some serious sleuthing. Firstly, the professor's motive isn't monetary, so what other motives could we possibly theorize? Let's see. Money, love, revenge, there are plenty of potential reasons. Yeah, that's true.
Amasawa.
Say, Amasawa, what do you think would have happened if we weren't there to set those kids straight? What would have happened? Well, they obviously would have continued their delinquent behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe to say, but it's also very likely that they would have been caught eventually. Every time a crime is repeated, the risk of discovery increases. In all the cases we looked into, the police would have caught the kids eventually, if they took the investigation seriously enough. Which is true. While a criminal will continue to refine how they do a crime, especially crimes against persons, the more likely they are to get sloppy or leave evidence due to either victim resistance or some other such things, or just getting sloppy and confident.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that's true.
Which means...
Oh, so in other words,
Yeah.
we can predict the outcome the professor was hoping for. They'd get caught and punished. There's a good chance they would have gotten caught and punished for their crimes in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems to be the most natural outcome. Most likely sent to an institution of some sort, expelled from school, and possibly even turned into a criminal case. Oh, what if that was the goal?
Huh?
Oh-ho.
In other words...
You're saying the professor's goal is to get those students out of Serio by getting them in enough trouble to be expelled or incarcerated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a theory for now.
I see.
I see, but it does make quite a lot of sense in this scenario.
Amasawa.
Let's see if this line of thought leads us to the professor's identity. We can move in if not, or we can move on if not. So what do the 8 people on our list have in common? What indeed? What was the professor's criteria for selecting these students?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, these are... What is it? Nah, it's just a coincidence, right? No, there are no coincidences, Kento. Spit it out.
Kento-kun.
Notice something, Kento-kun?
No.
Well, when you were talking about what they might have in common, so I just gave it a thought, and... But there's no way I'm right. I'm terrible at that detective stuff, you know? Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day, dude. And if you got something, spit it out and we can reject it. If not. It's like the one detective from Boondock Saints when he's like, what if it was one guy with 6 guns? Then Willem Dafoe just tells him to go get the coffee because he's an idiot. And then it turns out to be one guy with 6 guns. Yeah.
Hey,
Kento, just tell us. Thank you.
So,
Well, all 8 students,
actually...
we were on the cultural festival committee. It's fucking Idokura.
What was that?
They were what?
Kento!
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there should be a picture somewhere. Found it. Here. See, all 8 of us. And Idokura, making 9.
Really?
It can't be.
No way.
Yagami-san, doesn't this mean...
Yeah.
Yes, it does. We know someone with the motive for turning these 8 Serio students into bad apples.
In other words,
And this theory ties everything we learned out about the professor into a neat little lead.
What?
What do you mean? Let's start by summarizing the professor's motive. At this point, it's safe to say revenge.
Yes.
I agree. Revenge sounds like the most fitting motive if the end goal was to get these students expelled or punished. Next up, we've already deduced that the professor has an advanced knowledge of computer programming and networking, which Idokuro has in spades. Considering the complicated darknet forum, the cheat tool, and the betting site for the Genbukai, I suspect those skills are what drove Koga to curry favor with the professor to benefit the Neo Keihan gang. Also, that delinquent who went to the girls' bar, Kazuna Ashiwara, heard something important when he saw Koga. He had called someone a brat after hanging up his phone. He was likely talking about the professor.
Mm-hmm.
A brat? Lastly, and this is the big one, there's only one person from the cultural committee who hasn't been caught in any kind of delinquency. Someone who definitely has the motive to seek revenge on the other committee members. And someone with such advanced computer skills, I wouldn't be surprised if that knowledge extended to websites too.
I think we finally know who the professor is.
Kyoko Amasawa! Yeah, kidding. It's Kodakura Itakura. It's unfortunate, but she fits the profile to a T.
In other words,
You're right, the professor's true identity is Kodako Itakura. What? But Itakura? Don't you see? The cultural festival wasn't just a flop for Serio High. It was a catastrophic blow to Itakura's ego. It may have been due to her own attitude, but she had to deal with the committee members arguing with her, blowing off their duties, and even boycotting meetings. The cultural festival was destined to be a failure with that kind of situation, but she still took it so hard that she stopped coming to school entirely. Who would really be surprised to find out she's had a grudge against her former committee members this whole time?
For real.
No way.
Yes.
Not only that, Itakura-san is very proficient with computers. Yep. Becoming a replacement programmer for the robotics club? She put together that mystery trick encyclopedia in no time, and it's professional level work. She also tutored Sakura-kun in the robotics club with his programming. But the professor was selling answers to mock exams and stuff on the side, right? You'd have to steal that from the cram school's computers or something. Only a professional hacker could pull that off. You're saying that she's not skilled? About that, there's still something that's been coming to mind every so often. At first, it was just a curious discovery that didn't mean much of anything. What is it, Amasawa?
Excuse me.
Well, when I had you go undercover at Todoroki's gym, do you remember when Itakura-san found a photo of Fudo Oshikuri in that weekly magazine?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
That being said,
Oh, I did some more research on that picture. Turns out the article it appeared in was pulled several years ago due to a legal claim.
What was that?
What?
yes.
I tried reverse image searching the photo, but it seems all digital versions of the article were pulled as well. My guess would be the Omi Alliance pressured them into self-censorship at some point. Whatever the case, the fact is no one should have been able to find that picture, unless they somehow accessed the publisher's servers.
In other words,
So you think Itakura might actually be that good at hacking?
Yes.
Why not? It's quite likely. Recall how Fudo Oshikiri turned out to be the key to the Payback Boxer case. What if Itakura-san fed us that information so Oshikiri-kun's crimes would be exposed and he'd face criminal charges? No way. What kind of high schooler would be thinking that far ahead? A particularly smart one.
That being said,
I just can't believe it. Not yet. Not on the Itakura-san. Not the Itakura-san I know.
Amasawa.
Well, let's ask her to come meet with us. We should ask her face to face. And hope the only thing that comes out of it is a good laugh.
yes.
Agreed. She usually drops by the club room around this time. I'll try reaching out to her. Hey, Professor.
Amasawa-senpai.
Did you need something? Ruh-roh.
Oh,
She sees the Pepe Silvia board. There is no Pepe Silvia. Ah, there you are, Itakura. Yeah, turns out we're a lot smarter than you think we are. We just had a quick question for you. Won't take long. And there she goes. What? She knows you know, dude.
Yagami-san.
She can't get away. The hell? Come on, it's stuck.
No way.
I think she locked us in.
Really?
Wait, did she bring a key with her in case this happened? Grr. Open, damn it. Ugh. And all the lights are out? Interesting. Where is she? Hey, you. A girl just came out of here, right? Kodako Itakura? Itakura-san? Yeah, I saw her. Which way did she go? Out towards the front gate? Outside? Okay, thank you. Damn it, we can't lose her. See her anywhere?
Yagami-san!
Yagami-san, look! Itokura.
Hey!
Kento, I'll take it from here. It's probably best that you don't get involved. Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Itakura.
Running through the courtyard wiped me out. Exercise really isn't my thing.
Will you talk to us now?
Knowing how perceptive you are, I bet you knew what we were going to ask just by looking around the room, right? But no, it's nothing more than a theory. I'd really prefer to learn this was a misunderstanding.
So, Itakura, if we wanted to run our theory by you, would you deny it? Would you?
How weak. Nothing's worse than detectives who don't trust their hunches. Yep. I'm the professor. I'm the one who turned all the cultural committee members into delinquents.
What?
No way! You're kidding me! When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Isn't that right? I'm a Sawa-senpai. A real detective faces every truth equally. But why? You seemed like you were finally happy in the MRC. Tell me, why?
It's time to talk. Why did you go through all this effort?
Well, when I first made the website, it was really just because I was bored at home. Eventually, all sorts of people started posting. People venting about their parents or their teachers. People who needed quick money. People craving revenge. And the more advice I gave them to achieve their desires, the more popular I became. Before I really knew it, people had started calling me the professor. Why did you meddle with the lives of your cultural committee? Was that for revenge? Revenge? Kinda. I mean, I just figured it'd be easier for me to go back to school if I got rid of all the people I hate. But now, none of that matters.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Professor.
Koga.
Koga, you're late.
My apologies.
She summoned Koga here to perfect herself?
I see now. Her confession was just to buy her time.
Koga, you've really hit rock bottom. So broke that you have to lean on a schoolgirl?
Goodness, you really are unbelievable. I suppose you're only capable of surface-level observations after all.
What?
She's already a professional-level hacker. We partnered with her because we are genuinely impressed with her talent. We don't think of her as a mere high schooler, like you seem to be doing. Not that I should expect someone as narrow-minded as yourself to see the true value of the professor. After all, a hacker's age is irrelevant to their work. Consider the U.S. Department of Defense. Their website was hacked by a high schooler, and they in turn praised his achievement. Or the recent incident of a 16-year-old netting tens of millions of yen through cryptocurrency. I've even heard of criminal organizations in South America training children to be hackers. This proves my premise. A hacker's age has nothing to do with ability. We intend to nurture her talents for the sake of the Neo Keihin gang, to surpass even our previous efforts.
He wants to get even
Koga,
bigger than the
tell me,
Keihin game was
what's your
originally?
scheme here? I know you weren't turning all these kids rotten without some kind of reason.
We shall utilize the dark web to create the greatest black market ever. The student forum and gambling website were nothing but practice runs for our true vision.
You're making a black market site?
My firm, Koga and Company, has been dealing in illicit goods such as firearms for several years now.
Come to think of it, he's been selling guns to the public in Kamurocho too.
Unfortunately, the underground economy is already flooded with competition, not to mention your meddling. It's nigh impossible for newcomers such as ourselves to break into a market where there are such dominant powers. However, the dark web is still largely unexplored territory. An entirely untraceable, secure territory at that. Despite these benefits, no one has capitalized on this untapped potential within our country. This means the entirety of online criminal business in all of Japan is ours for the taking.
Itakura, this sound like something you want to do? Help Koga enable violence across the whole country?
I just can't take the horrible cliquishness of it all anymore. Ever since that godforsaken festival.
Just like I thought, she's still trying to cope with what happened in the Cultural Festival Committee.
And it's not like it ends with school. I'm trying to fit in at some desk job for the rest of my life. Just the thought of it makes me sick. I refuse to live in constant fear of getting excluded for no reason beyond getting on someone popular's bad side. That's why I've dedicated all my efforts to what's most important in life. The strength to stand alone. Itokura-san.
Well, Professor, let's take our leave.
Please, it's too cold out.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Koga. Let's go. We have plenty of work to do.
Itakura, stop. Are you really sure about this? Joining up with such terrible people?
I've made up my mind.
Yagami-san, I suggest you stop interfering. Unless you want to see what'll happen to the girl if you don't. Yes, just stay right where you are. Heed my words. Pursue us, and the girl gets one right through the skull.
Damn it.
Itokura-san, why?
Yagami-san, what should we do? She wasn't shivering, she was trembling.
What?
What?
Excuse me.
What are you talking about, Yagami-san? Never mind. Our next move is to track down Itakura and figure out how to rescue her. Would it really be a rescue, though? She rather seemed to prefer leaving with them. We just have to find her and talk her out of it somehow. Messing around with that gang is only going to end poorly for her. Plus,
Amasawa,
We can't let a member of the MSC go down the wrong path that easily. That'd make me one crappy advisor, wouldn't it? You're absolutely right. And one more thing. You've forgotten an important point, Amasawa.
After all,
A truly artful
can
detective.
solve incidents before they even occur, right?
Took the words right out of my mouth, Yagami. You got me there. We sure have our work cut out for us, though. Let's head back to the club room. I want to talk out our next steps.
Yes.
Alright, sounds good.
Yagami-san!
Where's Itakura? We're not sure. Koga from the Neo Keihin gang took her. What? She got kidnapped?
No.
No, Itakura-san seemed to want to go with him. Wait, what? So what do we do now? We get to work.
Right.
Wow, I mean, I get it, but how? Where do you think she went? Do you know anything about the Neo Keihin gang having a hideout?
Nope.
Back when I was investigating the robotics club, I found a spot that seemed like it was theirs. Unfortunately, they've probably moved on from there by now. Oh.
But
Luckily, we do have one lead to work with. I actually memorized the license plate of the car that took Itakura.
Huh?
What? You did? That's crazy. Yeah, it was basically out of instinct. Although the police would be the only ones who could do something with it. Should we file a report then? That you saw a minor get kidnapped?
nope.
No, that should be our last resort. Getting the police involved guarantees Itakura ends up in some serious trouble in the end. Ah, that's true. Should we split up and search the town ourselves? We know they have to be based somewhere in Ijincho.
No.
That'd take forever with just the three of us. Ijincho's freaking huge. Good point. Wait, maybe we could actually make it work.
What?
Huh? If we have the car's license plate number, there is one way we might be able to track it down. Yeah, Tsukumo. I know the super hacker, Tsukumo.
It can't be.
Oh, right, Tsukumo-san. Let's ask him to help out. Maybe he can hack into some of these surveillance cameras the police have around town. If he can do that, maybe he can find the car for us. That seems unlikely, even for someone as talented as Tsukumo-san. We're talking about a government authority here. You got a point. I don't want to see him getting in any trouble either. Besides, I read somewhere that the police only install their cameras along the major roads and pedestrian areas. Since they don't cover the alleys or other discrete areas across towns, I doubt their surveillance system would do us much good at this point. Perhaps it's worth looking into as a last resort, but I think it'd be better to consider other options for now. Maybe you're right. In that case, what should we do? Ask all the stereo contacts. Right, there is one thing that might work. We ask everyone to lend us a hand.
What?
Who's everyone exactly? All the students I've met here at Serio. The Jinsho is definitely too big for the three of us, but not for dozens of people. The numbers are on our side that way. Oh, now there's a way to go about it. Yeah, since we know the car's license plate, we won't have to worry about false IDs either. This could actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to work together and crack it for good.
Hey guys, sorry to have you come here so late. Like I told you before, the cops can't get involved in this. That's why I need your help.
Sure, but why do you need us, though?
Well, it's to rescue Itakura. Beyond that, though, I can't share the details. Sorry.
Hey, Yagami. This is weird. Beyond a couple of exceptions, everyone here was on the Cultural Festival Committee at the same time as Itakura. And she was the one who we all kind of, you know.
Oh, now that you mention it.
And you've been after this professor person. Is that related to this somehow?
Well, look who'd be right
can't
at
say
home in
it's
the MRC.
unrelated. I also can't say each of you had no part in the events leading up to this either.
I see. I don't know what's going on, but I knew we'd have to face the music someday.
Same here. And it's always bugged me. I feel terrible that I've never summoned the courage to apologize either.
Yeah, but I was basically just a shadow member on the committee, remember? I only joined in the first place because I drew the short straw.
Yeah, but you still showed up at meetings, at least at first. Even though all you did was eat our snacks.
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, and you gave Kotoko a real attitude, too. In fact, you were one of the first to give her the cold shoulder. Don't tell me you forgot, either.
Did I really?
You sure did. So, don't go pretending none of this applies to you.
Guys, I just need you to do one thing for me. I'm gonna give you a license plate number. I want you to search the town high and low for that car. It's a black four-door sedan. And I'm talking about covering the entire town. So we're gonna need serious numbers on this. Ask your friends to lend a hand if you can.
Yagami, don't you worry about it. If you need the help, I'll round up Made in Heaven for you.
Oh, that'd be a huge help.
Yagami-san, you have the Robotics Club support as well. Itokura-san is a highly valued member of the team.
And you know the rabbits would be happy to help if it's for you, Yagami-san. We're out and about so much, we know the city like the back of our hands. We'll find that car no problem.
Thank you, Kitagawa. Nishizono. All right, everyone. Hit me up the moment you see that car.
Understood!
What do you mean Itokura-senpai's missing?
I don't know all the details. Let's just trust Yagami-san on this one. Besides, if one of our own is in danger, then we're all in danger until we mount a rescue.
Yeah, you're right. So, what's the plan, Okitagawa?
We're going to handle this the way we know best. Here's our strategy.
All right, rabbits, time for us to calm the town. Go! Hop, set, rabbit! Woo!
Huh? A pro? At what?
No. She goes by the Professor.
Huh? That's English, though.
Yeah, sure is. Get with the times.
Oh, you little asshole! Don't you throw that boring bullshit at me! The Japanese word is sensei!
You're so embarrassing.
Made in Heaven rides again tonight, fellas. Let's fire 'em up!
Yeah!
Thank you, everyone. Full mobilization,
Yagami-san.
baby. Yagami-san, I'll ask the Karate Cub guys and my girlfriends to help out. Yeah, but make sure you don't spill all the details of the case to them, okay?
Yeah.
Sure, no problem.
Yagami-san.
Yagami-san, while you two focus your efforts on crowd support, I'll attempt a different approach. And what would that be? I'm gonna reach out to Itakura-san's parents. They might be able to talk some sense into her. I see. Although, it'll be bad if they get the police involved.
Yes.
Well, I'll make sure to observe her parents' reactions as I speak with them. I'll only proceed if they appear to understand the situation. Alright, that sounds good. Well then. Off she goes. Alright, I think it's time to check out that Neo Keihin gang hideout I found when I was helping the robotics club. Pretty sure it was in the building on East Surikame Highway with the Yamakawa Towels sign. Whew. Well, that was a long bit of exposition. In the next episode, we're going to go see if we can locate and rescue Itakura before she ends up completely destroying her life. So take care. We'll see you in the next video.